Hey everybody, it's Holly here. Welcome to day number 5 and our last day of our Getting Started Right video training series. Okay, so today we are going to talk about call number 3. This call is going to be chatting with them kind of about what they are going to be expected to do every day as a coach and how to schedule their time. Check out the last couple pages of our Team Beachbody Getting Started Right script. A lot of this information is in there. I would recommend that before you get on this phone call, your third call with your new coach, that you email them your favorite business activity tracker or the no matter what tracker that we have, so that they have this to look over as you are talking about this. I cannot emphasize enough what I have learned in the last several months, especially that the importance of starting your new coaches with some kind of system to keep track of how they are managing their time and doing the 3 vital behaviors will change everything. If this is a habit that is instilled from the first second of being a coach for your coaches who want to build their business, they are going to be successful so much faster. If you have designed your own version that makes sense to you, send that to your new coaches because that's what you're comfortable and familiar with. So have your coaches doing what you do. If they at some point come up with something they prefer, that's great, but give this to them. Set this expectation up. This is something I wish I had implemented sooner, realized sooner. Set this expectation up from the very beginning that you keep track of your business if you want to be successful. Okay, so the first thing you're going to talk to them about on this third call is making time to work. Okay, so you need to emphasize with your new coach the importance of scheduling time to work their business. If this is someone that told you they want to be a business builder, they have to schedule time to work their business. Otherwise, it's just a hobby, okay? Ask them, how much time can you give each day to this business? Let them know there is no right or wrong answer, but also let them know that, the more time they can put into it, the greater their results, okay? The answer to this question will again help you gauge how serious they are based on the time they are willing to put in, okay? It will also let you know if their commitment lines up with what they are telling you their goals are, okay? If it doesn't, you either need to help them rethink their goals or you need to help them work through their schedule to find more time to work their business. Those are the two choices. Either make sure the goals align or you work with them to find more time, okay? So have them commit to a specific number of hours they are going to work daily or weekly. Let them know that it doesn't have to be a solid hour. It can be 4 15-minute times or 2 30-minute time periods. Have them pull out their calendar right there while they are on the phone with you and write down exactly how they will fit the hours into their schedule. Help them set up the habit from the beginning. Again, this is something that I wish to pieces somebody had done with me when I first started, and say, you want to make this work, you're going to have to sit down at the beginning of every week and look at your calendar. And you need to mark this in, just like when we're in our challenge groups and we talk about scheduling our workouts into our schedule like an appointment you cannot miss. If you want to be successful and build a business, you have to treat it like a business and you have to make time for it, okay? You have to put that in your schedule as an appointment you cannot miss, okay? Have them actually write it down. If you want to have them send it to you, great, if they're good with that, but have them write it down. And then recommend that they share their work hours with their family and friends, okay? This is to help set up the expectation that during those hours, they are committed to their business. This is something I am even working on now more to tell other people this is when I am working and I cannot do other things because this is work time. Okay. Number 2, this is super important. Define the activities that are must do's, not would be good to do, maybe kind of do, could be fun. No, must do's with the time that they have. Okay. You're going to help your new coach identify the tasks and activities that have to be completed during their work time. Explain that this activity needs to be very specific and measurable, which leads you right into that business activity tracker and the 3 vital behaviors, because those are the activities that have to be done in the time they have to build a successful business, and it has to be measurable because you have to be able to see that you are doing it consistently. Okay, so talk about the 3 vital behaviors with them and the importance of doing them every day. Invite. Let them know that they will learn more about this process during our Coach Basics, but that this is super important. Number 2, being proof that the products work and sharing about that, so being a product of the product. And number 3, personal development. Tell them about Success on Demand in your Coach Online office. Suggest a book for them or an audiobook for them to start with. I like to listen to a lot of my personal development on audio, but I'm going to say this: if you read a book, if there's at least one that they're actually reading, I think it makes a huge difference. So if this is someone who's told you they want to build their business, send them a copy of Compound Effect, if that's what you like, or if there's something else, maybe GoPro or whatever it may be. You can even ask them if they prefer audio or Kindle versus, paperback, whatever you want to do. Okay. Give examples and reasonings behind doing these activities. Okay. So here's some examples. Post 2 to 3 times a day on social media. They can choose their social media. Tell them we'll get into this more, but just that emphasize that creates consistency and helps them build their brand. It helps people to know that they are a coach, that they are doing these workouts, that they are serious about this, that it's working for them, that it's working for their challengers, that this is something that they are doing and they are committed to. It helps other people know that they as a new coach will be committed to them as well. Number 2, make 2 new contacts every day. This expands your list of people to help. Okay, 2 new contacts. Reach out to 2 new people every day and start a conversation with them. Rekindle a relationship, build trust and confidence. This is a great opportunity to talk to them about going back through their Facebook list and how you will help them find an alphabetical list of their Facebook, and just start going back from the beginning. Start at A or start at Z or start at whatever letter they want to, and just start, checking in with people. If it's somebody they feel confident they can message them. If it's somebody they want to like some posts, just tell them, keep it simple. It does not have to be. This is an easy process. Make sure they understand it's easy. Go in, how you doing? I thought of you today. How are you? Or have them, look at that person's Facebook page, see something that they can comment, relate to, ask about it. Hey, I saw something popped up on my news feed. I see you're doing this. Tell me about it. You're just starting conversation with people. Tell them you do this because this builds relationships. It establishes trust. Some of your conversations will go to health and fitness, some won't. But when you are messaging with people and liking their Facebook pages and things like that, your posts come up higher in their news feed. It helps them to be aware of what you're doing. So even if that's not something they are even remotely thinking about right now, down the road when you invite them to a challenge group, it won't seem so unexpected and out of the blue. And then have them follow up with 2 people every day. This builds loyalty and cements relationships. Okay. This is where you can talk about your business activity tracker, the no matter what tracker. You should probably have an idea by now about which one they'll respond best to, unless it's one that you created yourself. The point is to get them in the habit of spending an hour a day on their business if they're serious about it. Again, can be 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour at one point during the day. But this is to get them in the mindset that this is what I do. I spend an hour on my business doing these things, and what gets done is done. This is what I have to do, and I leave the rest, okay? You may want, like I mentioned before, have made sure you email the No Matter What tracker to them before this call so you can talk with them about what's on there. Have them pull it out, talk about it, okay? This is something that I think is very, very important, and I also wish that I had implemented sooner. But let them know that you want them initially to send you their business activity tracker weekly, every Thursday morning or Wednesday night, however you want to do it, so that you can provide feedback during your one-on-one calls with them. That's something we can talk about a little bit later, but if you have business builders, you should be offering one-on-one calls with them each week. And when they are giving you those No Matter What trackers back, it allows you to be able to see and talk to them about, like, hey, I see you're doing really great on being a product of the product. This is really good, but, you know, we need to talk about how often you're inviting or following up or creating new relationships, and dig in with them a little bit. What is it that is causing you to not reach your goal in this area? What do you feel unconfident about? Like, what is making you nervous? And then talk to them about it. Work with them. Tell them that, you know, if they're having trouble inviting, that you are more than happy for them to send the messages, copy and paste to you, and you can show them how you would respond, as an example, things like that. Number 3, identify obstacles that could come up potentially that could keep them from working their business the way they want to. You know, identify these potential obstacles before they occur and help your new coach think up some strategies that they can use to overcome them before they even happen. So kind of help your coach brainstorm, say, hey, you know, what kind of things do you foresee happening in your life that could prevent you from being able to get the time in during the day that you need to work your business? Let's make a quick list of that. You know, all right, what do you think you could do to, if that happens? What are some other options? For an example, they might say, you know, I'm too busy to take a lunch break and work on my Beachbody business strategy. So your strategy would be, I'll ask my husband to make dinner tonight so I can use that time to work on my business instead. Or obstacle, my kids got sick. I had to spend all my day with them. Strategy, I will be flexible with my business hours, working while they rest during the day or after they go to bed at night or before they get up in the morning, okay? Those are just some examples, but it's good to get this kind of out there in the beginning. Number 4, talk about the first challenge group and how that's going to work, okay? Let them know that they're going to do their first group with you. Talk a little bit about how you're going to help them write up their story, which is going to be, you know, how they got into Beachbody, the transformation that they've had, their experience. Let them know we have plenty of examples for them to see. They don't have to come up with this on their own besides, you know, their own story, but that we will help them, have them start thinking about a picture they want to use with their post. Make sure they know the start date of the next challenge group and the promotion dates, the deadline to sign up, all of that. And then let them know that you will be working with them hand in hand on the entire process of inviting, of how to respond to people's questions, of how to follow up with people, everything that we're going to go through all of that during Coach Basics, but that I'm also available to you. If people ask you questions and you don't know how to answer them, do not feel rushed to respond. Feel free to call, text, message me, or send me the question they asked. I will help you work through it, etc. Then number 5 for this call is to, again, go back to identifying people they helped. You kind of touched on this during the first call, coming up with that list. Help them talk through the contact list, the memory jogger. Have them, work. If they've got 10 or 20, have them work towards 50, wherever they're at. Try to push them a little bit more to think through, and let them know that their list will grow as people respond to their social media. Like when people comment, like, etc., when they get their post out there, those are all people that they can connect with and talk to about their challenge group, about their experiences. Okay. Then number 6, remind them that Coach Base starts on blank date, that you're going to open up the group and you will add them whenever that is, that this group will run like a challenge group, that there will be daily posts and some very short assignments, about 15 minutes, that everything that they're going to see in Coach Basics is stuff we have talked about on these calls, so it's not going to be anything new that should stress them out. Have them start looking at the Coach Basics participant guide in their Coach Online office, okay? Show them again, if they haven't already, remind them where the Coach training section is in the Coach Online office, and then tell them they can start reviewing the training in preparation for Coach Basics. Number 7, let them know that you plan to talk to them one-on-one, weekly, moving forward, and tell them how to schedule time with you. If you need a scheduler, talk to me. I have one that I'm using. It's totally free. If you want to set up a specific time, however you want to do that, that is up to you. But just set that expectation from the beginning. We're going to talk one-on-one. You might as well. That way it's set up like that from the beginning. And then finally, recap before you get off the phone what their to-dos are. That they should be working on their invite list, trying to get up to 50 names. That they can start working on their story, their social media posts, their email, however they want to do that, and that they can send it to you and you'll help them tweak it. That to review the Coach Basics Participant Starter Guide, review any materials and videos in Coach Training, to ask in our team Facebook page any questions that they have as they come up, to start listening to the national wake-up calls. Make sure they know where they can get those if they can't get on Monday. Add the monthly team training calls and webinars to their calendar. Review, their time that they are going to work and make sure they've got that scheduled. And then to go back and review their Coach Action Plan, their goals, their why, and all of that. And then be ready to start Coach Basics. Okay? So that's it. Those are the 3 calls, all the material. I realize that it seems like a lot, but when it's chunked out like this, it's going to be very digestible to your new coaches. So the last thing to do is for you all to get on the video conference with me, and we will go over any questions that you have from this week's training. We'll talk things through. We can set up more time for you to practice. And I appreciate you being part of this training this week, and I am looking forward to getting all of our new coaches started right. I'll talk to you later.